Tēnā koutou katoa, ko David Parsons aho, hei National Postgraduate Director, toku tūranga mahi. Welcome to this short presentation by the Mind Lab, and I'd like to talk about some ideas around how digital technologies can support science learning. So there's several things that I'd like to talk about, and one of those things is the relationship between the digital technologies curriculum areas and science, because it's a two-way relationship. So as teachers are becoming well aware now, there's this set of curriculum areas that talk about two aspects of digital technologies. One is computational thinking, and the other is designing and developing digital outcomes. And the intention, of course, of these curriculum areas is that they are cross-curricular, and therefore they can be integrated into other areas of learning. And of course, one of those areas is sciences. And the other opportunity is that if we're in sciences, we can utilize science study to integrate those learnings in terms of the digital curriculum with our students. So what kinds of things can we do? Well, one of the very useful things in modern digital devices is sensors. Mobile devices now have an amazing range of sensors in them. And there are some really cool apps around that you can install on your phone, and you can actually interact with all of the many sensors that you have, and you'd be surprised how many there are. Some modern smartphones have 20 or 30 sensors on them, and many of these can be used for scientific experiments. Even at a very simple level, phones will have things like light sensors, they'll have things that measure decibels, they'll have accelerometers, and there's lots of science experiments you can do with these. There's also another opportunity. Not all students have a flash smartphone, but you can use something like the microbit. The microbit's quite an affordable electronic device. Works at about $25, $26 a piece if you buy them in class sets. And what's really nice about the microbit is that it too has a series of sensors inside it. So for example, a microbit has a compass, it can measure light, it can measure temperature, and you can also connect the microbit to other devices too, so you can use it for many other things. So a number of science experiments you can do with the microbit are very, very broad. A couple of examples might be measuring the moisture in the earth around a plant using the conductivity of the water, so that you can use the microbit to control an automatic watering system. Another one might be the fantastic ability of microbits to communicate with one another using radio. So for example, you could use one microbit to measure temperature, and you could use another microbit to receive radio waves containing that data, and you can then interpret that data on a laptop that's plugged into the other microbit. And really the options are huge. So there's a number of things that you can do, I think, with sensors that are really good for science discovery, science inquiry. What else can we do that uses digital tools that's in the science area? Well, I think citizen science is one of the big opportunities that we've got, and there's some fantastic websites available now that give you ideas and give you resources for citizen science. Perhaps one of the most significant of these is Zooniverse. Zooniverse grew out of a citizen science project which was about understanding the universe using what's called the Galaxy Zoo project, and since then it's grown into a whole raft of many different projects where students can contribute to real science. There are many different types of projects on Zooniverse. They include biology and physics and astrology. There's a lot of different options there, and what's really great about it is that this is real work that's useful stuff that students can engage in. Well, there's another website called Enquire, which is also very useful because that allows students to undertake missions. So they can undertake missions like cloud recognition or measuring sound in different environments, and they can share their data with others. And so you get these projects, these missions that have potentially data that's coming from all around the world, and it all gets kind of aggregated together. So those citizen science opportunities are really strong. There are also some other opportunities that you can explore that are provided by some of our big software vendors. So for example, there's Experiments with Google. Now Experiments with Google again has a number of different opportunities for students to engage with scientific projects. A number of them are really useful things for students to look at in terms of things like climate change, the acidification of oceans and so on. So there's some great scientific ideas there. And another opportunity is to look at AI, and Microsoft have a really good site that includes a number of AI activities. So the basic message is that if you want to combine together developing students' digital skills, using the digital tools that students have access to, and also provide them with a broader concept of what's possible in scientific activity, then bringing together digital technologies and science can be a really worthwhile process both for teachers and for students.
Hi, I'm Frances Valentine from the Mind Lab. We're New Zealand's dedicated postgraduate facility working with teachers all over the country. It's an exciting time to be part of the education journey.
Being part of the program does make you part of that bigger change. And we know that education is going to change, and it's going to change quite radically quite soon with the big education question happening.
If we teach students today how we were taught, then we are failing generations. We really are. It's just not fair.
They encouraged you to try and to take success from perceived failure.
I've got a new mindset, a new view on education. My approach is different. When I went in, I thought I knew everything there was to know about technology, but being on the course taught me all kinds of other things.
I'm a lot more connected to the reason why I became a teacher and what our purpose is and what our drive is in class.
I am beyond blown away by the tools and the experiences that it's given me.
It's completely transformed how I think and plan things.
With the study side, the fact that we could do it all collaboratively together really changed it for us. It made it so much more powerful because we were able to have amazing conversations about what we were learning in class, the readings and then the assignments.
And applying it back into our classroom because we teach together.
I like that we're able to use quite realistic context with the assignments and what we're looking at. It's not about creating extra work or doing something extra. It's about just perfecting or adapting what we do already.
This wasn't just learning a new technique or a new tip. It was actually a longer, deeper journey than that. It was, why am I actually teaching it like that? Could I do it this way? And if I do it that way, what extra benefit do they get as students?
It encouraged me to take risks because nowadays in the classroom you're going to come across technology that you have no idea about, and your students will be the expert. Your students know how to use that technology, and I think you do really need to be okay with having the roles flick and having young people kind of teach you about new things.
I haven't felt this excited about planning a new course in years as I have been about planning next year's courses and trying to incorporate all the things that we've done throughout the year.
I'm staying on top of the educational field and the future of education for our children, and that's really valuable.
This opened your eyes into what's out there and other people who are willing to share and collaborate and develop ideas together.
The course is incredibly relevant, and I think once again for teachers are quite efficient. You know, we're willing to put our time and energy into something that we think is worthwhile and will have an impact and that we can use in the classroom. And the course does all of that.
The Mind Lab exists to help you as teachers to navigate this new world of digital technologies, to help you showcase and lead from the front, to develop your capability, your confidence and excitement about the new technologies, but the changes in the curriculum, the new pedagogical approaches and how our kids will be learning in their future.
Kia ora, talofa. Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm here to help, so please reach out to me, or if there's a group of you interested, please contact me and I can present for 5 to 10 minutes and stay for questions either via Zoom or in person. Thank you. Have a great day.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that. If you're interested in exploring any of the associated resources, please go to the web address that will appear on the screen.